Algebra I Honors, Lesson 7.4, Solving Linear Systems by Elimination with Multiplying First. So last lesson we did a bunch of elimination. Wasn't too bad. Now we're going to crank it up a notch. We go to solve this and say, let's add or subtract. Oh, it doesn't work. So I look at this and say, why don't we take this one and multiply by 3? We get, negative 3. We get negative 6x minus 9y equals negative 15. And we just bring this one over. 6x plus 5y equals 19. So by multiplying first, we've created it where we can add it down and go back to doing what we do best, which is solving quickly and simply. I think that's correct. Find out in a second if I'm not. Last lesson I made some mistakes and then I had to go back and fix them. So let's put it into the bottom one. 2x plus 3 times negative 1 equals 5. 2x minus 3 equals 5 plus 3 plus 3. 2x equals 8. X equals 4. So here's our 4 comma negative 1. I'm constantly reminding people, put them in order, x then y, write out the ordered pair. It's too easy to mess it up. And let's check it. 6 times 4 plus 5 times negative 1 should equal 19. 24 minus 5 does indeed equal 19. So this is tricky, but my advice is to put all the variables on one side and the numbers on the other and go from there. So for example, here, keep the top one the same. Just rewrote it. And then I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I'm smarter than that. I can just do this on the fly. And they make a lot of mistakes. If you are smarter than that, good for you. I'm impressed. We look at this and I say, geez, there's nothing I can multiply that's going to work. Well, yeah, you're going to have to multiply them both. I'm going to multiply this one by 3, this one by 4. So we end up with 12x plus 15y equals a really big number, 105. And over here, negative 12x plus 8y equals negative 36. And a lot of people say, well, why'd you do that? I don't know what's going on. How did that work? And I say, well, look at it now. Is it possible to eliminate simply by adding down? Say, oh, yeah, hey, look, that works. Yeah, that was the point. So you need to think about what you're doing and not just blindly blast through it and hope it works out. So I thought I had more examples here. That's fine. Add them down. 23y equals 69. Divide by 23. Divide by 23. Y equals 3. Plug it back in. I always go to original equation in case I made a mistake converting things. 4x plus 5 times 3 equals 35. 4x equals 20. X equals 5. So I always check, and I'm actually going to do it this time in my head. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 5 is 50 minus 9 is 6. I've checked my work. I would write it out, but I'm getting tired of that, and I'm running out of time on my videos, so I'm keeping things a little simpler. This one sets up nice, and I am going to do this one very quickly. I would recommend you write out all the work. Times 3. And for the first time, we actually get a fraction, -1/2, comma -2, which freaks people out. Not a big deal, still works. Checking it, I get 1 plus -6 is -5, works. And I would actually write it all out. But in the interest of time, I'm just cranking it out. Try these. If this was a classroom, I'd say go, just do them, and then I would just tell you what the answers are. Since I don't have the answers, I'll do them. I would pause this. But again, I'm going to go very quickly just because I'm getting bored. It'll be interesting to see if I make a mistake because I'm usually prone to mistakes when I rush. Not to mention very bad handwriting. I'm going to check it. Works. Again, if I were you, I'd write all this out. But hey, it's up to you. I'll multiply this by 3. No, I'm not. Got ahead of myself there. I'm going to multiply this by 9. And I'm going to move this so that it's -5x plus 9y equals 5. And then I'm going to multiply it by 7. Add it down. We get yeah, looks good. And again, I'm just going to do it on the fly. 2 times -10 minus 7y equals 5. Doesn't seem right to me. Let's make sure I didn't make a mistake. So far, looks good. Maybe I actually got a decimal one just to mess with people. No, I think something's wrong. Oh, for goodness sakes. Where am I getting 2 from? My radar was on. Oof. -7y equals 35. Y equals -5. And by radar, I mean I can sense when I've made a mistake and something's not adding up. And that is correct. So now I give you a word problem. And if you don't like word problems, then yeah, it's fine. It's no big deal. Just you shouldn't be doing math. Because that's the whole point of math. We're trying to get you to be able to be independent and learn to do things on the fly on your own. So sports equipment store is having a sale on soccer balls. Soccer coach purchases 10 soccer balls and 2 soccer ball bags. I call this X and this Y. 10X plus 2Y, 155. Another soccer coach purchases 12 soccer balls and 3 soccer bags, 189. Find the cost of a ball and a soccer ball bag. I'm going to work off the bottom here, and we'll multiply it by -3 times 2, -30x minus 6y equals -465. Notice in a real world problem, they get a little bit messier. This one's a little bit easier to handle. check that. Looks good. Negative 6x equals negative 87. Seems a little bit off, so I gotta check some math here. Alright, let's see what happens. Divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6, x equals $14.50. And that's x, that's for a soccer ball. So we plug it back in. 10 times 14.5 plus 2 times y equals 155. 145 plus 2y. 2y equals 10. Y equals 5. How come the soccer ball bags are so cheap? Oh, that's right. They're just those mesh ones. That's why I was confused. I thought they'd be different. If you can get a good soccer ball for $14.50, you're a lucky person. Let's check our work. Notice I didn't write it as an ordered pair. I'll explain why in a minute. 12 times 14.5 plus 15, 3 times 5, 189. They check. And the reason I didn't write it as an ordered pair is this is a real question. We have to actually answer the questions. So we've got $14.50. Sorry, I like changing colors so I can see what I'm doing. $14.50 for a soccer ball. And $5 for a soccer bag. That's it. Good luck, and as always, happy mathing.